Hi, everyone. Hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Thought I had some pixie spray down here, but I guess I used it all. Welcome in. Say hello as you join in. I don't think I have any pixie spray. It's all right, though. No big deal. Welcome, everyone. Oops. I just dropped something. Hello, everyone. Hello, Dion. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Shannon. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome. Today, we are going to talk about Chroma Mist, and we're also going to talk about some new stencils that just released. So we're going to talk about some Chroma Mist, and we're going to talk about how Chroma Mists work, and they're really cool. They're really fun. I love them, and we have a lot of fun with them. And I have all of mine. Let me show you how mine are displayed. This is how mine are in front of me. So I have all of my Chroma Mists, and we're talking about them today because they're 25% off until Wednesday. So it ends on Wednesday. And then there are also some really great, there's a really great deal right now that if you spend $25 or more, as we're continuing our celebration this week of the Stick and Stamp mat, you can get the Stick and Stamp Matte Mist completely free if you spend $25 or more. So hello, Beverly. All right, so let's head down to the top view and let's talk about these new stencils. So we have released 5 new stencils today. 2 of them, I guess, would be kind of considered masks, but also still stencils. Hi, everyone. But I wanted to show you those first, and then we're going to talk about using the Chroma Mists with the stencils, and kind of the different dynamics of the Chroma Mists and how they work. So I think it will be a lot of fun. So we'll wait a couple more moments because I think there's quite a few other people joining in. All right, so we have our very first stencil / mask that just went live on the website, and this is a beautiful feather. I mean, just an absolutely stunning feather for the backgrounds of your cards. This would be something that you could use with some pixie spray, or you could just kind of hold it down onto the piece that you're using it on. But again, using this with like a Chroma Mist would absolutely be stunning. And just imagine this beautiful feather on the background of your cards. Hello, Gareth. So this is the very first stencil / mask that we launched today. So there's number 1. Number 2 is another mask. This is probably my favorite, but it's really hard to pick a favorite out of all of them. And look at this floral mask. Now, again, this would be one that you'd probably use some pixie spray with because it is very delicate. It is a very delicate stencil, but it is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, imagine this on the background of one of your cards. Okay, perfect. So this is the fanciful feather. Thanks, Candy, for posting them. And again, this one would be one that you would use with either a pixie spray, or you could probably get away with doing some spritzing on top of it. But this was created to be like a silhouette. And I just think that it's just beautiful. It's so delicate. And I'm so excited that this was created on our lasers here at Brutus Monroe. Just the detail is just absolutely magnificent. So this is the Silhouetted Splendor Slimline. Oh yeah, gorgeous on a gel plate. Perfect on a gel plate. So that is Silhouetted Splendor. And then we have this one that I've been wanting a stencil like this for a really long time, and I'm so glad that we finally have it. So this one, I believe, is called Loop de Loop. And again, just a phenomenal stencil to create just a really funky, really neat, very intricate background, but not super intricate because it doesn't have to be super intricate. Do you see what I'm saying? So this could be one that you just use in your background, and it's just going to create this very subtle, really cool loop-de-loop background. Hi, Kara. So I just absolutely love the loop-de-loop, and I think that you will love the loop-de-loop too. So that is loop-de-loop. And then we have our daisies. So this one I think is going to probably be one of the most popular. So this is a beautiful daisy background. Again, this can be used as a silhouette, but I think that if you blend some colors behind here, oh my goodness, it's just going to be absolutely stunning. So this is the beautiful daisy. Pixie spray does not leave a residue on your paper as long as you don't add too much of the pixie spray. You just want to be careful with how much pixie spray you're adding. And again, of course, the pixie spray, it's all going to be up to your own personal preference. So that is the friendliest flower. And then last but not least, we have these amazing leaves. So these leaves can be positioned however you would like. But again, such a cool background stencil. Just so cool. So if you're just joining us, I'll go through this again. This is the elegant leaves. Then we have the friendliest flower. Okay. And then we have, I don't want to get them all tangled up. Okay, then we have the loop-de-loop, which is again another very fun one. Okay, loop-de-loop. And then we have the silhouetted splendor, which I have a feeling this one's going to be the one that goes very quickly because it's just so different. And then we have the fanciful feather. So this one, it's just an absolutely beautiful feather. And again, I can only imagine the amazing things that you'll be able to do with the backgrounds, doing different backgrounds with this this masked stencil. And it's such a great size. It's a really great size. So this is considered slimline size, but it is, it's a large scale size. Hello, Kate. Oh, thank you. All right. So let's talk Chroma Mist. So what is a Chroma Mist? That is going to be probably the first question that anyone will have. A Chroma Mist is a liquid dye-based spray. The liquid dye-based spray is also water reactive, so you can use it and it will react with water when you spray it. But they are highly pigmented. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to take first, I have pink. They come in these great bottles, and I'm going to show you that once you spray them, they are very highly pigmented. So you can see that is just the regular everyday pink. Now we'll grab a little bit of turquoise, and I'll spray a little turquoise on here. I'm going to be covered in this by the end, but that's okay. So there is our turquoise, and they do blend together very beautifully as well. So there's our turquoise, and then let's add a little bit of shine to this. So we do have some shine. So this one is the Chroma Mist in Tinsel Blue. So you just want to make sure that you are. This is our Simple Blend paper. So it is going to dry in the Simple Blend paper very quickly. So quickly. It's crazy how quick it's going to dry. So you're just going to want to make sure that most of your pigment has come from the bottom. You don't want to shake it. You just want to kind of swirl it. But you'll see when I add this now, this will add some shimmer to it. Okay. And let's add a little bit of, let's do a little, let's do a little blue violet, shall we? We have a lot of blue kind of already on here, so I'll add a little bit of, let's do a little bit more pink. Okay, and then you will be able to see very quickly the shimmer. So let me lift this up and show you how beautiful. Can you see that shimmer in the background? So the shimmer is almost instant. It's almost an instant kind of a appearance, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to wipe off my mat here. So what happens is you can see these just perfectly lime green. I don't have a lime green. Do I have a lime green? I don't think I have a lime green down here. Well, we do have a lime green. We do. I don't have all of the colors down here. I should have grabbed all of them. So you can see as it starts to dry, that shimmer that you are going to see is going to appear, and it's just so pretty. Now, also, the Chroma mist, we do have a bunch of metallics, which would be like a shimmer mist. They do work on a darker cardstock. So this would be what we would consider like a darker. This is obviously a a brown. It's a regular, everyday craft color. And so whenever I spritz on, so this is pearl, this is a shimmer mist. This is probably the most popular because you can use this just to mist on top of cards. But when I spritz this on, and the further away, the more it will spritz. But do you see how luminescent that is right out of the container? It is just insane how sparkly that is. And it's very, very simple to use because all you have to do, hello in Ohio, all you have to do is just add it to your paper or your cardstock. And you see the shimmer that you get from that? It's just insane. Just absolutely beautiful. So what you can do, again, is you can take just a regular sheet of paper and you can go in and you can spritz it with like a deep color. So let's do like some blue violet. Uh-oh. This one might be clogged. Yep. I haven't used these in a long time, so there could be a... There we go. So there's some blue violet. And I have to declog some of these because you can tell that they're a little clogged up. There we go. All right. So now we're going to put all of this in the background, and we can go in and we can heat set this. So that will help it to dry a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and... the best tip is, for me, is I just kind of wash them out. Try to rinse them out every time that I use them. You just don't want your nozzles to get super gunky. That, I guess, would be my biggest tip for you. Let me clean this up here. All right, so this is soaking into this paper. Whereas if you were using a like a watercolor paper, it would not soak in like this. But what I do as well sometimes is I'll take my lids completely off and I just wash out the lids, the sprayers. Okay, so you can see that that's now drying, but if I were to take some of the pearl that I just got pigment all over, and I add just one shot, we'll do a couple. Can you see how instantly that layers on top of it? Isn't that cool? Let me see if I have some watercolor paper. Let's see here. Because we're going to let that sit for a minute. I don't think I do. And I'm sure I have some watercolor paper somewhere, but I don't see any that I can easily grab. But can you see how this is beginning to look at that shine? It's just incredible. Just insane. And then we also have the ornamental gold, has always been a crowd favorite. Let me kind of shake and swizzle that one up a little bit. And let's go ahead and give that a couple of sprays. So this one is just a much lighter mist. So you'll see, not a lighter mist, but a lighter shade. So you'll be able to see, oh, it would be perfect for clouds. So you'll be able to see how it's just a much lighter. And then we also have white. So you can use your white on darker paper as well. Let me just get this one mixed up. You just want to make sure that you keep them mixed. Let me grab another piece of that dark cardstock, and I can show you. But see, this one's now almost dry, and look at how beautiful that would be for the background of a card. Just absolutely stunning. And so simple, too. That's my favorite part. It's just very simple. Okay, but then if we go in with the white, now once it starts to dry, you'll be able to see the white a lot better. But do you see how beautiful that white is? Oh, okay, so the shimmer colors, I'm getting this all over the place. So some of the shimmers are the tinsel blue, the ornament gold, the pearl, and I believe that's it for shimmer. So we have these three in shimmer right now. But we can bring more shimmer. We absolutely can. Okay, so now you can also take a stencil. Let me move all these. These all need to get moved over here because they need to dry, because I want to do some projects with them. Oh, yes, a magenta sparkle. I'm sorry. Yes, magenta sparkle. I don't think I have a magenta sparkle down here. I do not. But yes, absolutely magenta sparkle. So what you could do is you could take like this stencil that I know so many of you have, because I just helped fulfill orders today, and my goodness, are there a lot of you that got this this particular stencil, and I love it. So we'll take the lilac purple, and I'm just going to spritz it from afar, okay? You want to spritz it from pretty high up, okay? And then the trick is you want to let it sit for a second. Okay, so you can see right now it looks a little crazed, because it's, you know, obviously I just spritzed it, and it's the color's going all over the place. But if you just let it sit for a moment, and the trick is you want it to absorb into the paper, okay? So when it absorbs into the paper and we lift it up, look at how cool that background is. Now again, you could utilize this just like that. You could leave it like that, or you can add additional colors on top. You could add more shimmer on top. But if you did this with, I'm just gonna rinse this off real quick. But if you did it with and it's completely water soluble. So it is water based, so it will come right off of your stencil without any trouble at all. Yes. So you could, yes, so that's the next thing I'm going to talk about, is you could actually take them and you can paint with them. So you could take this. Now they are going to be a little bit more diluted than like an aqua pigment would be, but you could take some and you would be able to take your water brush. I'll show you here. And you can take a little bit of it, so you can mix colors, okay? So let me grab my little mixing palette here. Set that down. So you could go in and you could take, so let's take some of the blue violet. So we'll do like 3 spritzes of that, and then we'll do 1 spritz of pearl. Okay? And then when we go in and we grab this color, you can just mix it up. And then you can go in and you can paint with it. So you can paint, I've seen, you know, folks paint the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. Excuse me, beautiful paintings, you know, floral paintings and, you know, so on and so forth. It's really up to you. But we just took, again, that beautiful violet, blue violet, and now can you see how it's shimmering? See that? Isn't that gorgeous? And then, of course, you could use this on a dark piece of paper, too, or a darker piece of paper. So we can move this out of the way now. And we can take, again, we'll just use this piece that I have already been spritzing, but you could take this and use this on a darker piece of paper. And now it's going to show up really, really well because you've added that pearl to it. So can you see It's just beautiful. But again, this pearl, this is just straight pearl that I put on here. And I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't do a ton of pearl. It was, I mean, a couple spritzes, but a couple spritzes is really, really all you need. And it really, really, really creates a beautiful background. So that is that. Isn't that cool? I really want to show you some blending with some pixie spray. So I think I might run upstairs and grab a pixie spray so that I could show you these stencils blended out. Do you mind if I take a moment to run upstairs? Can you talk amongst yourselves for a moment? Because I really want to show you what these look like. Let's do that. So that's the Chroma Mist, and I'm gonna go grab a pixie spray. I'm the only one left here except for Daryl, and he's over on the other side of the building, so he won't be able to grab it for me. So I'm gonna go grab it. One moment. Okay, I got it. Y'all didn't miss me too much, did you? I had to go to the whole other side of the building. Well, now's the time to try them because they're on sale. They are on sale. All right, so the first thing we're going to do with the stencils is we're going to use the silhouette one. One of the silhouette ones, because I've been dying to use this all day. So we're going to use this one. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how cool these will look. All right, are you ready? So first we're going to do our background. So I think we'll do like a pretty, let's do like a pretty springy background, shall we? I think some yellow. What do you think? Those three? I think that's good. So let's go in with some shooting star first. And again, we're just going to create almost like a, where's my stick and stamp mat? What am I doing? What am I doing? Trying to hold this little thing down when I have a phenomenal tool that is celebrating a birthday that will hold it down for me. What am I doing? Well, I'm glad that I made it back, Dion. I'm glad that I made it back. All right, so again, we're going to start with shooting star. And again, this does not have to be perfect. We're just creating kind of the semblance of color behind. So we're going to do shooting star. Then we're going to grab rosy cheeks, which I don't have. Actually, no, let's do some purple. We'll do some triple berry, but we'll do the triple berry on this side. And again, we're just going to blend this out. And it does not have to be perfect. We're creating kind of like a sunset look behind this, okay? That's what we're doing. We're doing a kind of a sunset look, all right? Then we'll grab our clear skies. pop that right in the center. And I just really desperately need to re-ink these pads. Because as I've said a million times before, they are really, they really need re-inking, because I use them almost every single live that I ever do. Okay, so there's our 3. Okay, so we're done. All right. Well, we're done so far. So now I'm going to take my Pixie Spray. We saw this at Brutus Monroe. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal for adhering things down. Now, the one thing we have to make sure is that this is completely dry. Okay, so I'm going to hit it with the heat gun real quick, because the only thing about Simon Hurley inks is they don't like to stick to like tape or any type of adhesives until they're dry. They will stick after they're dry, but you need to get them dried off first. Especially for this technique. Hello, Sea Rose. Still have not inked them. I know. I just have to get the re-inkers. That's the thing. I have to bring the re-inkers down and have to make the effort to do it. That's the thing. All right, so we're going to place that down. And now we're going to grab our super delicate, beautiful stencil. And I'm going to hit it with some Pixie Spray. Okay? And you don't want to get too crazy. I'd say like, I don't know, 2 or 3 spritzes. You'll know when it's too much. Believe me. You'll find out very quickly. And then what I do is I like to do one of these. Give it a little help. And then I'm just going to place this right below my stencil. I mean, right below my card base. I'm going to stick it down. Uh-oh. Didn't get enough Pixie Spray on this piece here. So I'm going to put a little Pixie Spray on my finger. Pop that underneath of there. And that should stick us down. Okay. So now, it's still not. Hold on. I'm going to do a little Pixie Spray surgery here. There we go. Now it should stick down for us. Problem is I got Pixie Spray on the other side too. All right, so we should be good now. So now for this next technique, we are going to do some dabbing. We are not going to do, we are not going to go full in like blending. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going to grab some of the Brutus Monroe detail ink, and I'm going to grab my black brush, and we're just going to dab in. See what I'm doing? We're dabbing. We're not swirling or swooshing, we're dabbing. Okay? And actually, I think I want to use one of these Altenew brushes for this technique, because this brush is a little big. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to do some dabbing. Okay? You just want to be careful because you might see that there will be some movement, because I don't think the panel was completely dry. But of course you will make sure that your panel is completely dry before you go in and attempt this technique. This is a brand new stencil. And the goal is not to get it completely like charcoal black. The goal is more to create like what would be an assumed shadow. So we're just going in and just tapping, and the Pixie Spray really is what will help you with this. And again, it's not going to look like much now because we're, the stencil is still down and it just looks kind of like a hot mess right now. But I promise you, when we lift up this beautiful background, and you will, again, 100% wait for yours to dry before you go in and try to do this. I did not wait for mine to dry. I know you used that one. Yes, so the Dollar Tree brushes, I have used those before. I have, when I used them though, the only problem I ran into is they fell apart really quickly. I am a very aggressive blender. A very, very aggressive blender. Thank you, Candy. So because of that, I can't use the more inexpensive brushes because that I've run into some problems with those. Just again, because I'm a very aggressive blender. Ask Taylor. My brushes from her event, she said they took quite some time for them to clean them out. So again, I want to create the background here. I wanted to have some of this dotting because I like that. I like for it to have some of that shape in the background. I don't want it to be completely solid. I want it to have that look to it of a almost like an abstract background, if that makes sense. Which is why I like using this little dotted one as opposed to the big brush, because this will give it kind of it's almost like a painted look in the background, right? I mean, at least that's what it seems to me from looking at it head on like this. Okay, I think that'll about do it. Okay, so now it's time for the big reveal. I love it, Candy. All right, so now let's peel this stencil off. Oh my Lanta. If that does not make you want this stencil, I don't know what will. Now, the lights, of course, the studio lights are making it look a lot duller than it really is. But this is one of those stencils that it's literally going to be like, how in the heck did they do that? How did that happen? And I like the pouncing again in the background because it doesn't give you, now you can make yours solid all day long. You can make it solid. That's not a big deal. You know, no one will be upset with you for making it solid. But it's, you know, I love the way that this looks. It's just so simple, but so gorgeous. And it's in reverse. So it's really going to be one of those things where folks are like, how in the heck did you do that? How did you do it? All right, so there's the first stencil. I'll demo all of them for you. Why not? So our next stencil is this beautiful leaf stencil. And I'm going to, again, utilize one of these smaller blending brushes. We don't carry these anymore, but I think we might start carrying them again. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this down again. And I'm going to place my stencil here. And I need a little bit of, if you can believe it, I think I'm out of pixie tape too. I should have grabbed some of that while I was upstairs. So I guess we'll just use pixie spray. We're going to use pixie spray for all these because I got the pixie spray. I don't have the tape, but I got the spray. So we'll use the spray. Whoops, that made it real sticky. Okay. Whoops, and I just got pixie spray all over my phone. Don't worry, it wipes right off. All right, so we're going to place this down. And that should be on there really well. Should be good. I'm going to move my phone away from this. And then I'm going to grab some fake plant, but also some later gator, because we're going to use a light color and a dark color. So to demo this, I'm going to grab my later gator. We're just going to go in and we're just going to go all over with the later gator, okay? Very simple. Oh, whoops, I'm not in frame. Christopher Allen, get it together. Get it together, kiddo. All right. So I'm just going in and I'm just blending, and it doesn't have to be a perfect blend. It does not. You can do this and blend it however you see fit. Because what we're going to do is we're going to add a little dimension to this. And again, all of these stencils are available today. They just went live on the website. So grab yourself a couple of them. I think you have to, if you buy 4 of them, you get the matte mist free. You have to spend $25 essentially to get the matte mist free. All right, so next up we have our fake plant. So I'm just going to take a little bit of fake plant, add it to my brush here. This is a really juicy pad because it's a newer one. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of the darker color in the center of the leaves. Now, if you get a little bit outside of the center of the leaves, it's okay. I need to learn how to make it so you can use regular long envelopes. Yep, you sure can. We actually sell the slimline envelopes. We sell the mini slim line envelopes too. So I'm just following through. I'm doing the center of each of these very simply. And what's fun is when I'm designing the stencils, 9 times out of 10 when I'm designing them, before they're even finished and finalized, I'm thinking of how I'm going to use them. And this was the instant use that came to mind when I was designing this one. I was like, I really want that to be like a multi-dimensional. And if you get it a little bit out of the lines, it's okay. It's not a big deal. But did you see how quick? What did that take me? 20 seconds, 25 seconds? And now watch. Tell me that is not one of the most beautiful tropical leaf backgrounds that you could ever want. And it took 2 seconds, right? And stenciling is the easiest way, in my opinion, the easiest way to give you a really dynamic, really diverse background in only seconds. Literally in seconds. All right. Let's move on to our next one. I got it hooked together with the other one. I want to do the feather next. Again, so simple. So simple. All right. So now let's do the feather. So for this one, I'm going to grab another slimline. Now, you could do this with a full-size sheet. This is a larger stencil, so you could do this, any way that you would like. But I'm going to do it on a slimline to show you what it would look like on a slimline, but you can also do it on A2. It's completely up to you. You create it however you would like. But I'm going to go and I'm just going to position this however. Okay. And I think for this one we'll do a purple. We'll do this one from the center. But the spaces are large enough on here that you really could go in and you could add color just in these little areas. So I'm going to start with the triple berry. And I'm just working my way out from the center. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with the clear skies. And I'm just going to blend out from there. But imagine this with the technique that we did the other day. Using some of the gloss, the finishing glaze. Because you could do it across the entire background of this card with no problem at all. And that would look beautiful. So you see, I've reserved the color for the center. And if you blend and it doesn't look like my blend, that is okay. You just have to practice. I have been blending day in and day out for years, for years and years and years. So it's definitely something that you wanna practice. It's not something that happens overnight. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of Over the Moon, which is just a very, very gentle yellow. Okay. Oh, I love that. And again, going with some more of the Over the Moon. All right. And now, yes, this is really good paper. It's the perfect blend. And we'll lift this off and look at that beautiful feather. Now again, you can create however you would like with this. Create whatever background you would like if you want to use a different color, but just look at how crisp and beautiful that stencil is. I love it. I love it so much. All right, so now let's do our daisies. So let's see here. For this one, I think we'll do like more of a sunset background again, but you can add color on top, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's take a little bit of pixie spray. Because what I think is we'll do, because we do have the like mini blending brushes too, that will work really well for this. So I'm just gonna place this kind of right in the center. Okay, and we're gonna do blue all over, okay? And I'll show you how we can add some color to this. So we're gonna do blue all over. Oops. I'm so sticky from the pixie spray. Now, normally you wouldn't be spraying nearly as much pixie spray as I did. But I would usually use like some pixie spray and some pixie tape. But I don't have my pixie tape down here, so I'm just using pixie spray. So again, we're just gonna go in with our color here. All right. So there's our blue. You can see we've added the blue to the background. And now I think we'll add a little bit of green. And again, this does not have to be perfect. If you have the little mini blending tools, you can do that. But I'm just going to go and I'm just going to add a little bit of green. And it doesn't, you know, we're just adding green into the areas where the leaves are. And if it overlaps a little bit, that's okay, because that's going to give almost like a stained glass window kind of effect to it. This is just a very simple stenciling technique that, again, will create almost like a stained glass look to your card, or to your background, I guess. Okay, so I think that's all for the green. And then I think we'll make our daisies purple. Because why not? We can make them whatever color we want, right? So let me go into the triple berry here. And again, I'm just going to add some of that triple berry color. And if it goes over and out a little bit, that's okay. It's part of, I think, part of the appeal is that it goes outwards a little bit. And it creates this dimension, so to speak. So again, we're just going to go in and add the color. We just have a few more little flowers here. And again, it does not have to be perfect. We are not looking for perfect. It's a handmade card, but I have a feeling you're really going to like the way that this turns out. And we're just layering. These are water-based inks, so they can be layered. All right, so now we're done. So now let's go ahead and reveal. Look at how pretty that is. And again, this is one of those backgrounds that your friends are gonna say, how the heck did you create that background with those different colors? It's just, I just think it's so cool, so pretty, so dynamic. Okay, and I saved my favorite for last. Well, one of my favorites, which is this squiggle guy. The squiggly guy. We'll do this one rainbow, because why not? Who doesn't love a rainbow background? I mean, I know I love a rainbow background. All right. And I didn't lay that down perfectly, but that's okay. That is okay. All right, let me put my cap back on. Yes, this is the loop-de-loop stencil. So we'll start with red, which is Love Struck. And this would be a stencil that you definitely want to use. 100% want to use a pixie spray with, because this is a very, very delicate stencil. Okay, red, and then orange. And I'm using traffic cone for my orange, which is my favorite orange. You know what I think I might do? I think I'm just going to get new pads. I'm not going to re-ink these because these have been through it. Because I've been using these for a couple years. I think it's time to treat the studio to some new pads. So now we'll go in again with Over the Moon. We're just creating the perfect, hello Donna, the perfect blend here. All right, so we'll use Later Gator for our green. And then for our blue, we'll use Clear Skies, which again is probably the pad that I have the least amount of ink in, but I'm still, that part is probably going to be a little shifty because it's moving. You can always tell where I didn't get all of the pixie spray. And now we'll go in with the Triple Berry. Blend that out ever so carefully. Okay, so now we have our rainbow. Now let's take a look here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Look at how fun that background is. Again, very simple. Very, very simple, but super, super dynamic. It almost looks like you scribbled. Scribbled all over the background, right? So here are the stencils that we worked on today. I just love, 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 love these new stencils. I think they're super fun, super dynamic, really, really easy to use. You saw we created stuff with them very quickly, but I think that they're a lot of fun. So does anybody have any questions before I head off? Any questions? I'm hoping y'all are able to grab some of these stencils and get your free gift. And also get some Chroma mists on sale. It's a great week. We have lots of freebies and lots of things coming out this week. But again, obviously the Chroma Mists and any other promos we have this week are only good for that time period. You're welcome, Kathy. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you all so much. Remember to create something every single day, whether that is something with these amazing new stencils or Chroma Mists or your own ending. I love you very much, and I appreciate your support, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye, my friends.